Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Media Talk with Miller Smith. I'm Ian Miller.
Okay, that was a little bit of a change, but I'm Andrew Smith.
Yes, it was a change, because it was what it was. All right, that's how I did it.
He went off script, folks. He went off book. Okay.
Well, sometimes I gotta treat the show like it's a game show.
But it's not.
Oh, for God's sakes! Don't you just love us, folks? Yeah. So a lot has happened the past 2 weeks, especially with the D23 news that's happened this past weekend.
Mm-hmm.
My lord, quite a lot. So we're going to talk about that very briefly before we have a guest on.
Yeah.
Overall thoughts on them?
Wow. Well, there was some that we knew was going to come up there, but a couple was like really shocking, surprising that I never thought would happen. Didn't even think a couple of them in there didn't really even think they were thinking about doing it, but clearly I was wrong. So
Yeah, it was absolutely crazy. They released obviously some trailers, which we saw leaked videos for. We didn't see the obviously official trailers yet because they haven't released them yet, which we're hoping they'll release very soon. So we'll have a full length discussion about it.
Yes,
but yeah. Definitely saw some of the Daredevil Born Again stuff.
Never got a trailer.
Was that?
Never got a trailer.
Nope, never got a trailer. We saw a trailer. There's trailers the Thunderbolts as well. We never saw that.
Never saw that either. Nope.
Yeah, it seems like they're holding back on the general public, and why is that? Just to create a buzz.
I wonder why.
Yeah. So we're going to be talking about that, but I think we should invite our guest to come in. What do you think?
Yeah, let's bring him in here.
Yeah. Now, you've seen him before. He's been on more than once, and he's pretty much our insight on Broadway shows.
Yeah, I would say so. He's pretty much gone from Broadway show to Broadway show. He's pretty much seen almost every Broadway show, I would say.
Yeah, pretty much doing quick reviews on his Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
So please welcome our very good friend, Andrew Filler. Andrew?
Hello, guys.
What's going on? How are you?
Good. How about you?
Pretty good.
Not too bad.
Good. Thanks for having me on. Love coming on, guys.
Of course, we love having you.
Yeah, me
nice
too.
Nice to be here. Absolutely.
Yeah, definitely.
Before we start with your reviews on the Broadway shows you've seen, what did you think of the D23 announcements?
I thought they were great. A lot of surprises, a lot of expectations. I don't know why we're holding back on this trailer. Don't you want people to see it? Quit hiding. There's no time for that now. So I hope they release these trailers soon.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
Yeah. Well, there's also a lot of announcements Broadway-wise. Obviously, The Greatest Showman, that's going to be on Broadway, and also doing Disney's Hercules, the musical.
Mm-hmm.
What are your thoughts on those?
Well, I think Hercules could be really good. I just got to find the right format, special effects, of course. Greatest Showman could work. Doubt that Hugh Jackman would come back. I don't see that. I do see two people that could be in the show that are right for it, though.
Mm-hmm.
Now, is it possible that maybe like Hugh Jackman could maybe start the show on Broadway, and then he could maybe start for like a couple weeks, and then other actors can replace him after that once the show gets up and running?
Well, I highly doubt that because um, usually when a big star comes to Broadway, which is great, um, but two reasons why that wouldn't work. One would be because he would start the momentum of the show, you
Mhm.
know, and then once that he leaves, show might not do as good, you know. And then also another reason is that, um, you know, depending on who comes next, it's big shoes to fill, you know.
That's
Well,
true.
no, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, please go on.
No, I was gonna say. I mean, no. I mean, that's the thing. I mean, if you don't really know how this is gonna go, like if you're gonna have, you know, because obviously the movie was great with Hugh
Yeah.
in it, but like, is it the thing you have to know or realize is like if they once they start getting new actors, like you said, big shoes to fill with Hugh. Is this show going to be successful? With a different actor in that, in that role, in that leading role.
Hmm.
Not necessarily going to be Hugh, obviously, but can that actor fulfill? Obviously, not be Hugh Jackman. Obviously, no one can be Hugh Jackman, but
Hmm.
can another actor really fill in what he did with the movie and everything like that and put it onto Broadway?
Mm.
Hmm.
Well, they're both excellent points. It would be definitely hard if go into Hughes' shoes, specifically since he gave a great performance in the movie version. And Phil, just going back to what you were saying, yeah, him starring it would be obviously ideal, but again, you would lose that momentum, when he left. So, what if it was actually a limited run, like Music Man?
Mm. Um. Well, that could work. Um. But then again, I'm not sure if he's coming back to Broadway. Um. If he is, good for him. Um. You know, because I think he's very talented. Um. So, I definitely see if he comes in, and definitely I could see a limited run. But if it's a Disney show, you know, might not be a limited run.
Well, it depends, because Disney, yeah, obviously it's had hits on Broadway before.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Hmm.
Lion King, Beauty and the Beast,
Right.
you know,
Hmm.
stuff like that. But they've had shows where they weren't exactly successful, like Hunchback of Notre Dame. That was only for what, a year?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. Then you had Tarzan, which did had a
Oh
2 year
no.
run. So yeah, you have to weigh the pros and cons of this.
Hmm.
I mean, you pretty much just like have really the only Disney shows standing really are Lion King and Aladdin, which
Yeah,
have lasted at least Lion King has lasted at least 25 years,
yeah.
and Aladdin, how long has Aladdin lasted for? The same time, or is it a little shorter than that?
No, shorter than that because I think it started shortly before the pandemic started, if I'm
Okay.
remembering correctly.
Yeah, but still, you have those two shows, so those are like the biggest Disney movies back then, and then um, you have those two on Broadway, which makes sense. I mean, it's those two are still going strong. So,
Yeah,
but we'll see on that.
yeah. And we'll definitely have to see about the Hercules the musical, which is going to be on the West End in London before it comes to New York. So hopefully that's a big hit, and obviously becomes a big hit in Broadway. So we'll see.
Yeah, I mean, I'm very interested on who's going to be playing Hercules.
Oh, and I'm interested. Is going to be playing Hades.
Hmm.
Maybe The Rock will play Hercules. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. um, but yeah, no, I'm interested to see who plays those roles as well. So we'll see.
Yeah. And it's always cool because Hercules was actually one of my favorite anime movies growing up. So I'm very excited about that.
Yeah, yeah. Um, Yeah, so just to get your thought again on D23 for a second, before we go back to your show. There was this shocking announcement on D23 that came out that we weren't expecting, but it's happening now. They are working on an Incredibles 3, which was the main one that I was shocked about because we didn't even know that they were working on another one. But what were your thoughts on that when you saw that they were bringing Incredibles back?
It's unbelievable.
One word for it.
Yeah, I love Incredibles. You know, I didn't expect this. I mean, thanks Disney. Um, it's great. I love the family. It's a great superhero family movie. Um, I'm curious of where they're gonna go. I thought the last one was the last one. So keep coming. Make it. Maybe 6. We'll see.
But let's not get carried away.
Let's not get too carried away. All right.
Yeah,
Right.
I just yeah. I have to say, Incredibles is one of their best franchises. Obviously,
Yeah.
Yeah,
because everyone loves the superhero genre, and this is their own superhero genre, their own superhero team, and I think it's fantastic. So I can't wait for that.
One other thing I want to bring up, which this particular movie that was brought up in D23, the plot of this movie sounded a little not too great.
Okay. Oh god, I know what you're talking about. Oh man.
So I'm really curious on why they would go this route and how they're going to do this. But I just want to bring it up for 1 second, and Ian's just, you could see his face right there, folks. He's very, he I don't think he really wants to see this movie, but anyway, so the movie that I am talking about is Toy Story 5. And the plot they are having in this movie, from rumors, which I feel like I don't know if it's been confirmed yet, but there are rumors out there that the toys will go up against electronics. What are your thoughts on that?
Okay. I'm gonna be perfectly honest here.
Okay.
I love Toy Story. No offense to the fans that are watching. Toy Story is my favorite franchise. They're all emotional. Grew up with it. But now that Annie's gone, no one cares about this kid. I mean, it's a nice kid. I like her. But Annie, I grew up with. I mean, when I was in college, you know, that Toy Story 3 said goodbye to the toys made sense. You know, now you're bringing plastic silverware to life, and you're bringing technology. Give it a rest already.
Yeah, that's an honest answer. I gotta tell you, with the 3, I thought it was a perfect ending. Even 4 was a pretty good ending. Especially with Woody going off with Bo. So I'm like, so you're bringing him back? How's this gonna work now? What's going on? Why have we left this franchise? It was great. Let's move on to something else. You have to remember, they did a spin-off with Lightyear, and that didn't work. You wanna know why? Because you didn't have a scene where little Andy was taking the Woody doll into the movie theater with his friends to see the movie beforehand. And then, as the movie ends, you could have had another scene of Andy just going, "Oh my God, that was the greatest movie I've ever seen. I want a toy." Boom, you get Toy Story. But no, they went a completely other direction. And
Yeah.
it didn't work.
No, it didn't. I don't know. I don't know what to say about it right now. But
Yeah. It wasn't as bad as the live action version of The Lion King.
oh God. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I went there. I went there.
Yeah, you went there. Speaking of that, I was watching it today actually a little bit.
Oh God.
Oh God,
You know,
poor Beth.
I'm not gonna say anything, but there were reasons on there why the animated movie was better than the live action. That's all I'll say.
The animated movie had more heart.
Yeah, it did.
Don't get me wrong. Love John Favreau. Love his work. I think he's a phenomenal director. And I understand, it was appealing to direct Lion King. It was appealing because, it's a big movie. People love the original one, but
Yeah, 100%.
you kind of, Disney, please. Enough with these live action remakes, please. Can we just go back to some original ones?
Well, we're gonna be getting Snow White, so
Oh, God.
yeah.
Where is the humanity? Where is the originality? Where is it, Disney? Where is it?
Anything you want to add, Ian, before we move on?
No.
No.
Now let's move on to the main discussion this evening, fella. You've seen a series Broadway shows recently.
Oh yes.
Would you like to tell us what they were and what your thoughts were about them?
Yeah. So I'll start with my least favorite.
Okay.
It's on the bottom of the list. So first one is the Great Gatsby musical.
Oh.
Yeah.
Now, why is it at the bottom of your list?
Well, I'll explain why. This one is with Jeremy Jordan, who's been on Broadway a couple of times, like Bonnie and Clyde, and a couple of Newsies, and of course, this is based on the book. For those who don't know, and it's based on the movie with Robert Redford and Leonardo DiCaprio. And basically, the plot is about a rich guy who buys a house across, um, you know, uh, to a woman that he fell in love with years ago, wants it back, and he throws parties every night. It's a musical. It's a two-act musical. It's about 2 hours and 30 minutes. Um, they this started in New Jersey. They have a theater there. This came to Broadway way too soon. The book was weak. Some choreography nice. Um, I guess there's nothing good about it though. It was empty. You know, felt weak. Yeah. It's playing at the Broadway theater now. If you want to see it, they have options for $40. That's probably best to spend on it. Don't pay more than that.
Wow.
Wow.
He did not hold back, folks.
No,
Yeah, and this is very much in line of what he writes on his Instagram account, because he does do reviews on each of the musical or shows that he does see, as well as movies. But yeah, wow, he did not hold back.
Yeah.
Okay, well, what was the next one?
Then the next one is called The Wiz.
Oh,
here we go.
This is a takeoff, a spin-off of The Wizard of Oz with an all-black cast. Now I do like that, of course. Um, it's with Deborah Cox, who plays Glinda. She's been in a couple of Broadway shows.
yeah.
So this is a different take on Wizard of Oz. You know, um, there's nothing bad about it. It's just okay. I saw the movie with Diana Ross, which I felt the same. Um, but the problem is, this is a road show, and it's going on the road. Of course, it's a limited run.
Yeah.
Um, you know, so it will probably do well there. It just wasn't meant for heat in New York somehow. Um, that was where my thought. I didn't hate it, but just made me feel empty about it.
Well, it's an honest opinion about that. Obviously, The Wiz has been on Broadway before, I think a couple of times.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Might be the fourth or fifth revival. I'm not sure. The Broadway enthusiast will have to actually correct me on that if I'm mistaken.
Right, right.
But you said it was on the road, so limited run, so it's all right.
Yeah, it's closing in the end of August if anyone wants to catch it.
All right.
Okay. All right. What was your next one?
Then the next one is called Water for Elephants.
Ah,
Yes.
So this is about a traveling circus about a boy who falls in love with a married woman who's in the circus.
Who's
Um,
who's in the show in case people don't know?
Grant Gustin is in the show from The Flash. The
And
show, the show is this is based on the movie and the book, of course. The movie is with Robert Pattinson. Um, Of course, the show has a lot of great acrobatics and a lot of great choreography. And it has one good song in it, but that's the problem because it takes away the acrobatics are good, but it takes away from what is actually going on. The story is a little weak too, and the whole music goes about like different songs about zebras, lions, and I felt that was all right. Let's move it along here. Now, if you want to see the show with Grant Gustin, you should probably see it before because Grant Gustin is leaving in September. After he leaves, I think the show's gonna close.
well, let me ask you this. You said the songs were geared more towards the animals, so I'm guessing they take away the human element from it.
Yes,
Now that's a mistake, because
yeah.
especially when you have a love story in there.
yes.
No, I agree.
It's playing at the Imperial Theater if anyone wants to catch it.
All
Okay.
right, all right. So what's the next show?
Next one is called Stereophonic.
How was that?
This one is a play. It won Best Play this year, so congratulations. Um, this play is about 3 hours and 30 minutes.
Whew.
Um,
Oh, wait.
it's told in three. It's not. I don't really know anyone in it, because they're all unknown. You know, but it's told in four parts. And there's one intermission. Um, it takes place in 1976. This show, and it goes to 1977. Um, but the show, what's interesting about the show, is that it has music in it. They sing in the show. Now I did like that. I like their voices. Um, and I thought the acting was good, but the dialogue in this show stinks. It is very boring. The show is about a band, so it's about their life. But honestly, I was waiting for like maybe someone to die in the show, or
What?
or or something big to happen because there's nothing going on here.
You were waiting for a character to die?
Yeah,
Oh my god! Why?
it's just for something to happen.
Oh,
Oh my God.
So it won Best Play. It's playing at the Golden Theater. It got extended a couple of times, so it's closing in January if you want to catch it.
you
Well, from what
waiting
you,
for a character to die?
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, from what you just described, I don't think anyone's gonna want to see it.
Well,
I
good.
know. Okay. Yeah. So
Folks, if you like that kind of stuff, then yes, definitely go see it. But
yeah,
from what I took from it, sounds like our good friend Andrew here doesn't want anyone else to see it.
No,
no.
you should see it.
Yeah.
if you like it, it's gotten good reviews. Just not my cup of tea.
Uh, I'm always afraid to ask what your next one is.
Well, the next one is called "Who's Tommy."
Okay.
All right.
This is a revival, and it's based on the movie. It's about the Who band. Um,
Oh,
and it's an all musical. Unfortunately, it closed on Broadway, so it's not running anymore.
ah,
Um, so, but it was very good. It's an all musical. There is no talking in it. There is no one famous in the show. I ain't know anyone in it. Um, as far as the plot goes, I couldn't tell you what was going on. Um, because it's very complicated plot. By Act Two, I was completely lost. Um, you know, I have no idea what's happening in this musical, but I loved it. I thought it was great. I thought the songs were good. Couldn't tell you what was going on though.
it sounds like it was one big tribute concert to the Who.
Yeah, that's pretty
Yeah,
much what it sounds like.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. So if you love it, well, as a friend said, it's not running on Broadway anymore. But if you love the Who, just listen to the music.
yeah. That's it.
Yeah, you don't have to see the show. Just listen to the music, and that's pretty much all you need.
Yeah,
Yeah, just listen to the music.
exactly. Yeah, definitely.
Okay, what was the next one?
Hold on.
I'm sorry, folks, for the lighting adjustments that my friend is making right now.
Yeah,
Then
he's
then the next one is called um, Cabaret and the Kit Kat Club.
Okay, that's a revival as well.
Yeah, this is a revival. Um, so okay,
I
so
hope this one was better than the last two.
Yeah.
this one is star Eddie Redmayne and an actress named Sally, and another female actor, but I forgot her name. I
Oh,
apologize
that's
for that.
great.
So it's a very good musical. I really liked it. It's got a great history. The songs are great. A couple of problems with it though. Um, so first of all, when the show when the show started, um, I I thought it was gonna not be good because it started off a little weak. Then unfortunately the show had technical difficulties and they had to pause for a bit.
Oh,
Somehow after
Oh,
that it got better. Um, so I'm not sure. I think they needed that pause. You know. I thought the actress that played the lead was a little screechy. Um, I didn't see Eddie Redmayne in it. I saw the understudy, which I thought was good. You know.
okay.
Um, so obviously this is a revival and it's based on the one with Liza Minnelli, of course.
Yeah.
And
mhm.
it's about the cabaret and the Kit Kat Club. In the old days. So I liked it. I thought it was very good. If you want to see it with Eddie Redmayne, you should, because he's leaving. They're both leaving,
Oh,
and then in September you have Adam Lambert and the one from Moana coming in.
really?
Ali
Yeah.
Carvalho,
What?
the one that played Moana.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Interesting. I actually like her.
yeah.
Yeah. So they're both gonna be in the cast, which could be interesting. So it's a good show. It's playing on Broadway right now. So if you want to see it.
Okay. All right. So, last chance if you want to see what the original stars.
Yeah.
That's probably why, or well, the actor from Moana probably didn't want to do the live action because she's doing this Broadway show. But
Yeah.
that could be why. But
Yeah.
go ahead.
And then now we're getting into the good stuff here.
Fella, we can't
Yeah.
see in the
Yeah.
camera.
Oh,
There you
sorry.
go. There you go.
Okay. Then the next one, and this is a surprise that is very high, but the next one is The Notebook.
Oh god.
Oh, my.
Oh boy.
This one is a musical and it's based on the movie and the book. Now it's about two lovers who have a bit of a young crush and then they get separated.
Yeah,
It's
I'm sure everybody's heard of The Notebook.
Everybody's seen the Notebook. Everybody's read the Notebook. We know.
There's no one famous. I don't really know the cast. There's no one unknown in it. So it's a 2-act musical. I thought it was great. I liked the scene transitions and the music and the old people were good. I saw the movie. Movie's fine, but I think this is better.
Did you read the book?
No.
Maybe you should read the book.
Yeah. It's playing on Broadway right now. It's funny because when I saw it, everyone was crying in the theater. I probably was the only one that wasn't, but that was okay. But I really liked it.
Well, here's what I've learned, obviously, from the audience members. If they really like something, you're doing a good job. And I guess since a lot of people cried, during this musical, that just means they did a really good job.
Yeah.
Now, what'd you like better, the show or the movie?
Oh, the show.
There you go.
That's fair.
Maybe do a musical version, Hollywood.
Yeah.
What's your next one?
The next one is called The Outsiders.
Oh, yes. I'm very familiar with that.
This one is great. So it's based on the movie and the book. It's about, kids who grew up young and they're on the street. Great action scenes, great story. The musical was great. Everything is great. There are no flaws in this. I thought it won Best Musical. So thank God for that. It's incredible, and people should definitely see it.
Well, there you go. There's your big endorsement right there. Go see The Outsiders.
100%. I mean, I really enjoyed the movie.
Yeah.
That was, and that was with Matt Dillon and what was it? Rob Lowe. I think it was in it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, him, Tom Cruise, Patrick Swayze,
Ralph Macchio. Believe it or not. Karate Kid. But I actually remember us watching The Outsiders in gym class. Wow, high school. I don't know why I said gym class.
Yeah, it was an English class, folks. It was an English class.
English class, yes, that would make more sense.
Unless our gym teacher was, throwing books at us, saying, "Read this, read this, read this."
No, definitely he was not.
No.
But I remember us reading the book in high school, and then we're seeing the movie. So, maybe I'd be interested in seeing the show.
Yeah, it's very good.
So, yeah. What's your next one?
And the next one is called Hell's Kitchen.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, great. It's a musical, of course. It's a 2-act musical. The big star in the show is Shoshana Bean. She's been on Broadway a couple of times. She has a great voice. And so the story is basically about Alicia Keys' bio, and it has all her music in it. Incredible show. Loved it. And no flaws in this one at all.
Wow.
There you have it.
2 for 2.
It gave me chills, honestly.
Chills.
Gave him chills.
That's never happened.
Not every time he's talked about a Broadway musical, he's never said once that it gave him chills.
Crazy. First time.
Yeah.
Any other one?
Then the next one is called Sucks.
Okay.
It's about a musical, and it's about women's rights. They weren't allowed to vote. It takes place in the old days, so they want to stand up for what's right. And it's about another girl who wants to make a difference. It's a 2-hour musical. There's an actress in it called Jen Canella is in it, and she's been on Broadway a couple of times. She's got a great voice. This is brilliant. I thought Act 1 was good. Act 2 was better. But it's brilliant.
Okay.
Brilliant.
Brilliant. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's 3 for 3.
What's the next
Yeah.
one?
And then the last one,
Oh, God.
and it's my favorite one, I think, is called Illinois.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. So this one is about an hour and 30 minutes. It's closing right. It's closed on Broadway right now, unfortunately. It's a dancing musical. There's no one famous in it, but it's based on the album, um, called what's the um. So he wrote All Things Go, that album. I don't know if anyone's heard of it. So that's the album that it's based on.
Mm.
It's a 2-act musical, of course. Um, it is 3 acts, but there's one intermission. Um, but it's great. It's incredible. It's all dance. The dancing was brilliant. Um, so the story follows the album, and about these two boys.
Mm-hmm.
It's closed on Broadway. It had a great run. Um, I thought it should have won more awards. Um, so, I was glad to see it. And good luck to Sunset Boulevard. That's gonna go in that theater.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yes. Yeah. As I recall, this is another revival of Sunset Boulevard.
Yeah.
All right.
So that should be good.
Yeah.
So out of all those shows that you have seen, so let's just round out your top 4, I guess.
I would say Illinois, Sucks, Hell's Kitchen, and The Outsider.
Good choices.
Okay. All right. That's
Yeah.
fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
And speaking of other shows, you just came off a very successful one.
I did.
You came off of Merrily We Roll Along.
I did.
That, yeah, there it is.
Yes.
That was with Daniel Radcliffe, Jonathan.
Yep.
Groff.
Jonathan Groff, Lindsay Mendez. It was a great run. I really loved it. I had a great time with it. It was sad to see it go. I got a playbill. I got all the poster. All the cast signed it.
Oh,
Um,
nice.
And
got
I'm
a
pretty sure you have
couple
a
of
shirt too.
yeah, I got 2 shirts. Got a couple of merchandise from it. And there was 2 parties for it. A lot of celebrities came, like Jennifer Lopez, Meryl Streep, Martin Short. Um,
Ah,
so many.
yes, that notorious story there.
Yes, yes. So many people came. It's a great run. Um, you know, I miss it. And I'm glad it won Best Revival. It deserved it. After it won Best Revival, um, the there was I couldn't believe what I was seeing because what was special about this show, was the audience members stood up practically after it won Best Revival for practically every number to give it an applause after each song. And that's another thing too, because at this show, the applauses were so loud. Now, all the shows that I mentioned that I've seen, um, the applauses there was so weak compared to Merrily, So that was so special about,
Well, congratulations on a very successful run.
100%.
Yeah, what's your next show?
Well, right now I'm on I just started my next show. We just finished previews. So now we just had opening night. So we're back in it, and I'm at a new show called Once Upon a Mattress. This is a revival musical.
Yeah,
and
I was
it's a
gonna say. I was gonna say, if I'm not mistaken, that's a revival.
yeah, it's a fairy tale musical. Um, um, yeah. So it's about it's not a true story, of course. Um, so it's based on the story of the Princess and the Pea. So basically, this kingdom is an unhappy one, and they got this prince who wants to find a princess, but she must pass the test. The test could be anything, you know. So they go to princess to princess, each fails. So you got this one princess from a faraway land who comes and who's very different than all the others. So her test is they put a pea under her mattress, like 20 of them, to see if she could sleep on the mattress and feel it, and to see if she could not feel the pee under the mattress.
Yeah.
So it's a fun musical. It's a comedy musical. It's very fun. It's a fun musical. I'm enjoying it. I'm having a good time.
Now,
Um,
is this on a limited run?
yeah, it ends November 30th.
Oh, 30th. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
And anyone known really in this show that people would know or
Oh
no?
yeah. Well, it's got Sutton Foster in it, who's been in Music Man and a couple and Marvelous Maisel, and also and a guest star, um, you know, from a lot of Curb Your Enthusiasm and a lot of things. So it's got those two people in it, and they're great. Everyone's great. They're doing a great job. Um, so yeah, you can wear PJs to the show if you want. You know, it's a very comfortable show. I'm having a good time with it.
Well, I'm very pleased with that. So
Yeah.
that is the reviews from Broadway Street from Andrew Feller.
Yeah.
And for everyone out there, hopefully it was a good turnout. But how did opening night go?
Oh, it was great. It was great. How many celebrities came to this show, which I'm surprised. Because I was expecting like Carol Burnett and Sarah Jessica Parker because they were in Once Upon a Mattress before, you know. So I was expecting no, but maybe down the road.
Oh yeah,
Yeah. You got till November, so we'll see.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Now, do you think this? Well, from I know you only saw it one time so far, but do you think like this has a chance to be extended past November, or do you think it's just like a limited thing
No,
and
it's not.
November it's done?
No, it can extend because they're going somewhere after this. I forgot if it's DC or Los Angeles. So they're
Oh,
going
so they're
on the
going on
road.
tour. Okay.
Yeah. Well, it's not a tour. They're going to another state. So they can extend it.
Okay.
Yeah. They even said an opening. We have 17 weeks left. Come on down.
Well, there you go, folks. Get your tickets now.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they're not expensive. They're not crazy like Merrily. So.
Well, I mean, with Merrily, it just. I mean, you had a couple of big stars in that Broadway show, so it was a little bit more expensive.
Yeah. Yeah. You can
But-
get tickets for like $80, $60 here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you have till November, folks. So
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Before we actually end tonight, Feller, you actually saw part one of um, Cobra Kai.
I did. Yes.
What were your overall thoughts without revealing anything?
Yeah.
So basically, I'll just give you a little rundown of what's happening.
Well, no, don't give anything away.
Just
no.
your thoughts.
No, it's not a spoiler. So
And this
basically,
is the final season, right? This is the 6th season that's final.
yeah. So basically, what's going to happen is that it's 3 parts. So part 1 is now on Netflix if you want to watch it. Part 2 is November 30th, and part 3 is 2025. So thanks, Netflix. I don't know why you're making us wait, but okay, that's that. But so part 1, it has 5 episodes. They're gonna each put it to 5. Again, thanks Netflix. But so part 1 is right now it just picks up where they left off. So Johnny and Daniel are preparing for the Sekai Taikai, which is the biggest karate tournament in the world. Competitors, the best of the best, compete in this world, in this tournament. I mean, and the kids are thinking about colleges now because they're getting up there. So they think they have their troubles, done with Terry Silver locked up, and who's the villain in the last time, and with John Kreese out of the way, they're thinking that, you know, they can get this tournament no problem. Unfortunately, John Kreese is back. He's training karate people um, in Tokyo um, with his old partner, who is a new character. So they're joining the tournament again as well. Johnny and Daniel still have their problems though. Um, Still gotta work it out. But see, part one ended
Can't
on
they
a
just get along?
yeah, yeah. Part one ended on a big cliffhanger. Um, Again, thanks. Um, so so we gotta wait until November 30th. So to see what happens. I mean, right now I'm enjoying it. It's timer at the end, of course. Because there's so much you could do. How many karate tournaments can you enter here? So
Well,
Yeah.
that's the thing with these shows. I mean, they can do the same thing a little differently over and over again with each season going on. So
yeah,
there's only so much you can
yeah.
enter a tournament, or there's so much that you can.
Oh, wow, we lost. I thought we lost your picture.
Lost your picture.
Keller?
Oh,
I'm very sorry, folks. We had some technical difficulties
Um,
over here.
sorry guys. Yeah, Andrew. Hello. No, we lost him.
Yeah, I think he went to another universe.
Maybe
Yeah.
maybe he went to go join Daniel and Johnny.
Yeah,
Oh, you can hear us?
yeah, I can hear you.
We can't see you though.
Yeah, I don't know what happened.
We thought you went to go join the Karate Kids.
And he muted us.
Okay.
It's all right, folks. It's all right, folks. We'll obviously entertain you while our guest is dealing with his technical difficulties.
Yes.
Yep, voice said he unmuted himself.
Andrew, can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, is this where I can get the pictures back? Okay,
There you go.
I'm back.
Oh,
Yeah, so I like part one, and I can't wait for the other part.
All right,
Now-
fair enough. Fair enough.
there are how many parts in this last season?
3.
Oh dear God.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
They have to split up each part.
Yeah.
Now, I just want to get your opinion on this because I'm not sure what they're going to do.
Yeah.
So we know that at the end of when the show ends and everything, Ralph Macchio is actually coming back to make a Karate Kid movie with Jackie Chan. Sorry, I blanked out there for a minute. Now, just your opinion on it. Do you think the end of this show will have an effect or lead towards the movie by any chance?
Well, it will probably tie in to the movie, and of course, that will probably be the last time Ralph Macchio will be playing this character.
Probably. We'll see.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I don't see it. I don't see him keep going. I mean, it's nice that you're doing this part for 40 years, but I always like him as an actor, and he should do other things.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, can't do karate forever. I mean, no matter how much you want to,
Right. I mean, what you Bruce Lee?
Okay. Bruce Lee was Bruce Lee. Okay, that's a different category right there. You can't compare.
Yeah.
That's the worst thing.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, Bruce Lee died young, so.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
Okay, so before we actually do end, let's actually give our thoughts on Deadpool and Wolverine.
Yeah.
So yes, we did see Deadpool and Wolverine. My thoughts on it. It was just amazing. Again, I don't know how many people saw the movie.
Well, it made $1 billion, so I think everybody saw it.
So what do you say? What do you think? We should just say it? I mean,
Yeah, let's just say it. It's fine. Let's just say it.
for everybody here, if you haven't seen the movie, either mute it or just end the episode, and
Well,
or
Just stop watching now.
now.
Well,
Exactly.
we'll get going already, the movie, because what are you waiting for? Christmas? Yeah.
Okay, now that you paused it or stopped it.
Okay. Yes. So my thoughts on it. I really enjoyed. How they. Charles Xavier's sister being brought into the movie. But I would think like my favorite cameo in the movie. I mean, how could it not be? I mean, for me anyway, was Chris Evans' Johnny Storm. I mean, that was my favorite cameo. I mean,
Yeah.
we all thought he was coming back as Cap, but clearly
Oh.
back as Johnny. So I was very excited about that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there was a fun cameo. There are obviously a lot of fun cameos in there. Three that you didn't think we were gonna ever see.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, you never thought like Jennifer Garner would come back as Elektra. Even Wesley Snipes. I mean,
Yeah.
Okay, I want to bring this up for 1 second because before the movie happened, we asked our good friend Andrew.
For God's sakes.
We asked Andrew here who he thinks would cameo in the movie. So he gave us some ideas, and the last two names that he came up with was Wesley Snipes as Blade and Channing Tatum as Gambit.
Now we have to ask. He says it didn't that he wasn't sure. He didn't find out that this actually, if these rumors actually came to pass. He just kind of guessed it. So we have a concerns that maybe he may have seen the movie beforehand.
Okay. No.
Maybe he had some inside information.
Okay. First of all,
spoilers. I mean, because those two names that he told us, they were in the movie.
Yeah. So what's going on?
Okay, I'll explain.
You were what?
No, I'll explain. I did not see the movie before. I don't go to these movies without you. And as far as them, they were in the movie. I did not know they were in the movie. It was a lucky guess, and actually, to be fair, I also guessed that Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire was in Spider-Man, and you guys kept saying, "Oh yeah, they're not in the movie." So it just took a guess.
Yeah, but it turns out two of your guesses were correct.
Yeah, lucky guess, I guess.
Folks, what do you think? Are you suspicious of these guests? Huh?
Yeah. Just tell us what you think. If he's actually telling the truth, or do you think it's a little shady, a little suspicious here?
Yeah. So
lucky guess.
Type in the comments if you think Feller actually knew beforehand that Jennifer Garner and Wesley Snipes were going to be in the movie.
Lucky guess. But
Lucky
but
guess.
my thoughts on Deadpool, I had two of them. So I did really like the movie. My favorite cameo was Wesley Snipes because I grew up with it. Couldn't believe he was back. So my thought about it was but I really liked it. Just two thoughts I would have changed. So, of course, if you're watching this and if you haven't seen it, you better see it. So otherwise, this is gonna be spoiled. But so I felt with Lady Deadpool, yes, it would have been. Of course, we knew it was Blake Lively, but I felt the mask should have been taken off. Just to look, see, So I thought that should have been settled. And looking back on it, don't get me wrong. I thought Pyro was fine, but my thought was, why is he in this movie? Is there really a need for it? So that looking back on it.
Well, you brought up an interesting point, but again, this was their movie, so they had to do it their way and really say goodbye to the 20th Century Fox X-Men universe
Yeah.
Mhm.
before that we embrace whatever comes next.
Mhm.
Yeah. I mean, I watched really quickly. I watched like a an interview that Channing Tatum did a couple days ago, and he really he actually loves the character Gambit so much, that when they couldn't get his solo movie off the ground, you know, Ryan Reynolds actually called Channing Tatum, and he actually wanted his Gambit to be in the movie since he couldn't get his solo movie. He actually wanted him to fulfill his character that he's been wanting to play for so long in the movie. So
Mhm.
I thought that
Yeah,
was actually bittersweet for what Ryan did for Channing.
yeah,
Mhm.
and watching Chang's performances Gambit, I think it would have made a great Gambit in an X-Men movie.
Yeah.
100%.
Mhm.
I agree.
Uh-huh.
So maybe down the line, I wouldn't say no to do that, but you never know.
Mhm. Mhm.
And Ian, what was your thoughts on the movie?
I have to say, the movie went through so many emotions all at once.
Mm-hmm.
From just
Mhm.
the laughs, the belly laughs, to the feeling of redemption. Just trying to do right by the people that you love and all that. Just trying to save everything that you can.
Yeah,
Before it's suddenly taken away from you, because
Mhm.
you just realize just how important these people are to you.
I
Mhm.
agree.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's like with Logan, because especially with his X-Men, he didn't realize how much they meant to him.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
I mean, he's played the part for 17 years. I mean,
Mhm.
well, also like the characters I know you were talking about, like his X-Men team.
Yeah,
But no, I get it. Um, but like also there was, you know, um, the one that plays X-23 in this movie, the one that was in Logan.
yeah,
She's actually the same person the same character that was in Logan.
yeah,
So she just grew up. So they confirmed that she is the same character from Logan, which was actually pretty cool.
Mhm.
But yeah, no, I thought overall it was really great.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. Me
uh,
too. I'm glad we saw it together. You know.
yeah. I don't know what's going to happen with Deadpool going forward, but we might see him again, but we're not sure.
Yeah, no, I
Yeah.
hope we
Yeah.
do. But
Yeah.
um, one more thing before we do end. There is, I don't know if you saw it, Ian. I just want to read a comment that one of our viewers commented on our last episode.
Oh, yes, yes, go on.
It's from our good friend Joe. So thank you, Joe, for the comment. Um, so he writes, and I quote: "How do you fine boys feel about the Fantastic Four being?" Well, we'll talk about this in each part. Um, how do you find boys feel about the Fantastic Four being a multiverse team?
Well, I think it makes sense in the scheme of things, especially since they're going to be facing off Doctor Doom in Avengers Doomsday and also in Secret Wars. So it
Mhm.
makes perfect sense. And also, it's very different, from the previous entries where it's all condensed in their own universe. So
Mhm.
it makes sense that it will be multiverse.
Mhm.
Yeah, yeah, no, I agree.
Yeah.
Um, and the other part of that is, do you think they will be the Fantastic Four going forward, or what was it, or just a Fantastic Four?
I think they'll be the Fantastic Four going forward.
I agree.
Yeah.
The Fantastic Four. Because I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know if it really makes sense with a Fantastic Four, but I mean, you know that better than I would. I mean, you're
Yeah, it would
obviously
make sense that they go to the secret timeline and maybe even buy the Avengers Tower.
Yeah.
that's true.
I'm very excited about this movie that Marvel's gonna do it. In the past we had big letdowns with Fantastic Four. Not gonna get into that, but I mean, Ian and Andrew, talk about. But
Yes, we go.
but this one, I think, is gonna be in the right direction.
Yeah, I agree. And hopefully they get it right this time.
Yeah.
And I'll be looking forward to seeing that with you guys. So
Yeah,
Absolutely.
definitely. And just one more thing that he added. Oh wait, what was this? And maybe, yeah. And then he also just added something. He enjoyed the casting of Harrison Ford a bit more than he expected as General Ross. And he's done, and these are his words, he's done so many political thrillers that his appearance alone sort of invokes that tone, which he thinks is great.
Well, it's true because Harrison has obviously done the Jack Ryan films, Patriot Games, Clear and Present Danger, and even Air Force One.
Yeah.
Very much political thrillers. So, yeah, when you think about Harrison at this point in his career, you can't help but think of those characters. So it makes perfect sense because Captain America has always worked best as political thrillers, especially with the last two entries. The first one was obviously the origin story, and yeah, it is political, but it's also patriotism, especially at a time where we needed it. So, and when you have Cap, in the modern world, you see how much the world has changed and is much greater. So, the fact that Harrison was cast, as Ross in this, replacing the late and great William Hurt, who did a fantastic job as Ross through his entry in the MCU, is just says that they care about the storytelling. They care about the acting.
No, I agree. I mean, look, it's not going to be the same. It's the same character, but it's not going to be. It's gonna be different ways they look at it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's obviously not going to be the same way William Hurt did it, but I mean, going back to what you said, which I completely agree, he's done all these presidential political thrillers, movies, all that stuff, which I think it was, I don't want to say I feel like they had to do it, but I'm glad they did it. And, he just plays that role so well. And it just, all these presidential candidates, which he did so well on. And, I'm just very excited to see how he goes and how he evolves as the Ross character.
Yeah.
And just being president and also, turning into Red Hulk. So we'll see.
Red Hulk.
On that lovely note, I think that's going to be it for us tonight. Fillard, thank you for coming on.
Oh, yeah. Thanks for having me, guys.
Andrew, we appreciate it, and hopefully we'll have you on again very soon. So thank you.
I look forward to that.
Yeah. Thank you. Well, that's going to be it for us. I'm Ian Miller.
I'm Andrew Smith.
And this has been Media Talk with Ron Smith. Get yourself a good night, folks.
Good night, guys.
If you'd like to follow us on YouTube, just hit that like button and subscribe.